Yeah. One of the major things that's changed in and improved my sales in 2024 was to ask the customer questions, and instead of assuming that you know all the answers already, let the customer tell you what they want and then you solve those problems. So it's like, they know where the problems lie. So if you just ask rather than assuming that, they hate the payment terms and they hate that their supplier's late and they hate this and hate that. But in reality, when you say all that and they go, no, our supplier's actually all great at all that. It's just something else that we don't like. And you go, we can do that as well. You're better off asking the question in the first place, finding out what they need and then solving that need.
Feeding off of pretty much what you've just said then, is not only asking the questions and solving the problems, strive for perfection in everything that you're doing. And this applies to not just within a business, but outside of it as well. Take pride in the job that you're doing. Strive for that perfection in everything that you're actually trying to attempt, because when your customers are dealing with you on a day-to-day basis, they can tell so easily if you're half-arsing any job that you're carrying out for them, whether it's something as simple as a landscaping business, which is quite easy to tell because it's an aesthetic, quite immediately obvious good job or bad job. Mm-hmm. If you've brought somebody in to come and mow Old Trafford's lawn for the next game and somebody's missed a line or somebody's gone away from the standard pattern, everybody in the crowd would be going, who've they got in to come and mow the lawn? Was he blind? It sounds silly, but it's something that you can tell that job is done to perfection. There's a system in place. There's a process that is carried out to get that pitch match day perfect each and every time. Not a blade of grass is out of place for those players because they need perfection, because they are working to the highest level. So they can't just have somebody turn up with his lawnmower from B&Q and start chopping away. They need perfection. So guess what? They pay the people, whether they probably self-employ because it's done that frequently, but they pay the people to do that job very well to ensure it's done to perfection. Whereas if they got the local lad from the house up the road with his dad's lawnmower in, he'd probably only charge 20 quid. Whereas they probably get $2,000 to do the lawn every day or every week, whatever it is, because of the level of perfection they're done. So the better quality job that you're doing, the higher you can charge for it.
I mean, the environment as well is absolutely key again in that exact analogy, where if you'd hired someone else that is doing a terrible job and the players look at the pitch and go, oh, that's not very good, and the locker room wasn't cleaned properly, and it was some days it's all right and some days it's not. It then translates to the staff or the players that when they play, they're not in the mindset of being a winning mindset because they're just probably looking in their own environment thinking, well, the grass hasn't been cut right and the changing rooms weren't painted until since last year or 3 years ago. So again, it feeds back into the environment being extremely important as well.
Just all you have to do is compare it to like League Two or your local Sunday league. You're playing on like a rugby pitch, which doubles up as a football pitch, which doubles up as a hockey pitch. And I know they do events sometimes at some of these arenas, obviously, so potentially shooting myself in the foot a little bit. But the reality is, not a blade of grass is out of place. It's got to be perfect because they are playing top flight, elite level. And that's why perfection, if you are going to do anything in business, ask yourself, am I doing the best job that I possibly can? Am I serving my customers in the best possible way? Because it isn't about being the cheapest. It's about being the best. And if your business can confidently say that you are the best at what you do, trust me, you will never compete on price. You will compete on the value that you offer. And because you're the best, you won't even have to compete on that. You will tell them how much that you are charging for your services. And if they argue with it, you simply tell them that this is the price to pay to work with the best. And if they don't want to pay that much money, go and find number 2, number 3, 4, or 5, but they will not get the best. And this is exactly why people like Cristiano Ronaldo get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars, Tiger Woods millions, Michael Jordan millions and millions, because they're the best at what they do. And that commands a high return on the investment.
Yeah.